Now it's time to go for gold. European title at stake here. Even the cat has come out to watch this one. Unusual lineup, perhaps, but two great teams. Belgium will take on Estonia for the European title of 2021.
On target number 1, representing Belgium. Sarah Wheels. Regina Coles. On target number 2, representing Estonia. Liesel Jaatma and Robin Jaatma. Line judge for this match is Christina Tifridou. Shooting first will be Estonia on target number 2.
Well, here we have it. There is the cat who's going to try and find a good position to get a good view of this match. Sarah Priels, the 31-year-old, is ranked number 17 in the world, shooting for Belgium along with Reginald Coles, the 27-year-old world number 105. Shooting first, though, it is Liesel Jaatma of Estonia, 21 years old, world number 56, lining up with Robin Jaatma at 20 years old and world number 67. This for the European title.
Nine.
Starting with a 9, handing over to her brother. That must be an interesting dynamic, Nikki.
Well, it was interesting as they came through their match beating Turkey. Robin said it was difficult. He made lots of mistakes, but his sister shot really well. So they obviously have a really good relationship together, which is important in these team matches.
Yeah, by contrast, the Estonian run through to this, beating Russia, the Netherlands and Turkey, all great teams. Well, Belgium have beaten Italy, a good team for sure. Ukraine, also a good team. And Germany, but not necessarily the quality that the Estonians have faced.
Yeah, they've done really well to come through and make this gold medal match. So, yeah, exciting to see what they can do here.
Yeah, perhaps no pressure, though, on the Belgian Sarah Priels there, shooting her first 10 for Belgium, following up on her partner Coles' 8. So back to Liesel.
Excellent.
Sharing the points in that 38, both shooting 1-9 and 1-10. Coles there doing what he needs to keep the Belgians in the running here. Hands over to Sarah Priels. Shot a 10 with her first arrow. Just pulls it over into the 9, but very close in the opening end. 37 plays 38. You've got to think that given the confidence of beating Russia, Netherlands and Turkey makes Estonia the favourites here, but conversely, Priels and Coles, almost, underdogs. They don't necessarily have that much pressure on them.
Yeah, I mean, neither of these teams we see regularly in finals, so for each of them they're probably feeling a bit of pressure being on the stage. Both at equal opportunity really to show what they can do. I mean, ranking coming in, Estonia 10th, Belgium 12th, so not much in it in terms of their qualifying earlier in the week. So pretty similar in the standard coming in really.
You see there as Reginald Coles prepares his shot. Priels in the background there, just closing her eyes, focusing on what she needs to do.
Yeah, a bit of steerage on that last shot, just probably aimed a little bit left, trying to pull it across to the right, but just on line to finish.
Leading by 1 point, 38-37.
Just had the stadium announcer confirming there what the score is. No issue there for Sarah Preels with her protective mask.
I imagine it's pretty hot out there, and nice to get them off when you can get to the shooting line and shoot.
Yeah, 31 degrees. It's balmy, that's for sure. So trailing, as they do, by a single point, Belgium will shoot first in the second end.
Hey. Maybe 10.
Potentially subject to a measure, that arrow from Preels. Looked good to me.
Great view of a peep sight there.
9.
Compound archers get to look through those, which makes it all a bit more accurate with the back sight.
Also 9.
Good grouping, so this is where the conversation between the archers is so important. Both gone into the 9s, just a bit right, the Estonians. Second arrow from Belgium marked as a 9. That one's gone into the 8. Preels probably want that second arrow measured, but it's not subject to a measure just yet. A quick shot from her to finish on 37 and a 74. So chances here for the Estonians to open up the lead. So they've gained a point provisionally if the score is marked up for their second arrow, but I think the second arrow from the Belgians might well get measured as well.
It was difficult to see, wasn't it? It wasn't quite a clear image from our end here, so let's wait and see what the judges have to say. They'll have to get their magnifying glasses out and make a decision, but if they feel that that arrow has cut the line, it will be the higher score.
Yeah, so we are waiting now for the target judge to make the decision. As we take a look back, might get another look at the target as well and make our own decision where those arrows have landed. Some lovely close-ups of the equipment used by these archers, and these close-ups actually give you a good insight into the differences in their technique on the draw. Robin Yatman staying very upright as he goes through his draw, whereas his sister actually has a bit of a lean back on her neck as she takes the draw.
Yeah, these compound bows are very heavy initially, so they can be shooting up to 60 pounds, and she's using her body ready to pull it, which from a coaching perspective I'd rather not. Try and keep as straight as you can, but sometimes just to get over that initial cam.
Yeah, compound bows with the pulleys have a bigger weight to pull, and once it gets far past that first pulley then it eases off. As we see, the scores stayed the same halfway through, Estonia leading by a single point. Never quite tell what's going through Sarah Priels' mind.
Doesn't look quite comfortable, does she? I don't think at the moment, but just needs to settle down, keep with the process.
9.
There's a little bit of a reaction there from Lisel Yatma, but gets away with the 9.
That was interesting because he kind of steered it off to the right and it went really far right as well. So whether he just came a bit soft off the shot, so he didn't keep pulling, he's shooting back tension, so he should really keep pulling, but he might have cheated it maybe slightly.
Well, a 2-point shift in the first half of this third end. Now, can Belgium capitalise? There's calls with another 10. She almost looks a little disgruntled. Well, why am I here? Why are you forcing me to do this? But it's just concentration on the face of Sarah Priels. Very determined as well. They've secured the lead here with those 2 10s. So now it's damage limitation time for the Jatma brother-sister combination. Ooh, close, but I think that is going to be a 10. Scorer not so convinced, marked it as a 9, subject for a measure. Wind just picked up a little bit. That's a good recovery from Robin Yatma. So provisionally on a 1-1-1, 2 points behind, having gone into that end leading by a point. I think they will get marked up to 1-1-2, but it's still a 2-point shift in favour of the Belgians, just at the right time, Nikki.
Yeah, it's exactly what they needed to take advantage of Estonia dropping that 8 and 9 in the first half of the end. Got to put the pressure back on them, and they did. The judge has to say here.
Scores have been confirmed because the agents are pulling the arrows from the targets. We see that it is 1-1-3 for Belgium. And it is 1-1-2 for the Estonians. So could have been a 2-point lead for Belgium, but Estonia will be glad it's just a 1-point lead. Can they swing this one back in the fourth and final end? It just is a little touch of the wind as well.
Yeah, it's the inconsistency of it. Sometimes there's nothing, sometimes there's a bit of a breeze, so you've just got to, really be aware of what's going on.
And do you think that's what the issue was with that wild right? The one that Robin Yatma pulled further right?
I think that 8 that he had, to me it looked like the shot just went a bit soft, so instead of pushing and pulling, you saw his arms both sort of come inward, losing that pressure. So he is shooting a back tension, but whether he just kind of wrenched it around to make it go off instead of using his back, it's possible.
Well, Belgium have edged themselves ahead going into this final end. A gold medal at the European Championships at stake for the mixed team tournament on Compound Saturday. Lisel and Robin Yatma of Estonia had led from the start, but now are behind and will shoot first in the fourth. Didn't look happy with that, but he's got the 10 out of it. So just dropping a point here. Opportunity for Belgium to ease the pressure a little bit with 2 10s.
They can shoot their arrows into either target face in any order that they wish, as long as there's 2 arrows in each target face by the end. She knew, didn't she, immediately something had gone wrong there. There's 2 points they really didn't want to drop in the now tied score.
Well, here we are again. We're down to effectively 0-0, and it's what they can score out of the maximum 20 left for each of them. A long hold from Lizelle Yatma. Oh, she's dropped that into the 8. Pressure now on Robin Yatma, her brother, to put something right in the middle of the target, to put some kind of pressure on the Belgians. Does shoot it into the 10, so 18 in the last 2 arrows for Estonia. Can Belgium top that?
Just looking so nervous there. Lots of twitching, lots of movement out into the 8.
Yeah, so the opportunity created the tension there. Sarah Prill's just a little bit more experience. A 10 to draw level. Oh, she does get the 10. An 18 apiece for the pair of them in the last 2 arrows for each team when they were all square. And Sarah Prill's original calls have forced a shoot-off between them and Lizelle and Robin Yatma. We've been waiting for one, and here it is, a shoot-off for the European title.
Absolutely love a shoot-off. So what we're going to see now is each team shooting 1 arrow each. First of all, we'll go by score, see who scores the most out of those 2 arrows. But if we again have a tie, say they both get 2 10s, then it will go to the closest arrow to the middle. And Estonia came through, beating Netherlands in the quarterfinals. They went to tie-break then, and they both got 20-20 each. They were just closer. So we already know they've had this experience, they've done it before out here on this field. Can they do it again?
Yeah, good point there about the Netherlands shoot-off. Experience does play its part in sport, and having come through the semi-finals in a shoot-off that went to a measure, while Estonia is still in the box seat. But you've got to say, favourites coming into the final, but Priels and Calls have held on and forced the shoot-off. And, you know, they might be thinking, well, it's just 2 arrows now.
I think the psyche here swing is with Belgium, because I think they felt they probably lost it, and then they had the opportunity to come back and force the tie. So I think they've got that swing in positivity at the moment. They're looking slightly more relaxed about things. You know, they're still in the game. They thought they were gone. So let's see if they can take that confidence with them into this shoot-off.
Estonians looking pretty relaxed too. Target faces. I think they might even be having a chat between them there. How could the European title come down to this? Just 4 arrows, and look, hey, the winds come to join the party as well. We've had cats, we've had birds flying around, we've had the odd insect as well, and now the winds come to join the party with Calls, Priels, and the 2 Yatmas. The European title about to be settled in a shoot-off in the mixed team event, and oh, Lizelle Yatma, so keen to get off the line, nearly went too early and got herself a yellow card. We're settled in. First arrow of the shoot-off out wide to the left, and a 7, and the disappointment clear for all to see. We're alternating in the shoot-off, so we hand over to Reginald Calls of Belgium, and look at that wind blowing behind him. Right in the centre there, getting the 10. Back over to the Estonian line, and now it's Robin Yatma's turn. His sister shot a 7. He's got it in the 10. Now, an 8, a clear 8, will give the European title to Belgium. Sarah Priels, what have you got on offer for us? Very quick and straight into the X. A clear win for Belgium. They are the 2021 European champions. Nicky, you called it. The momentum was with the Belgians. They'd held on throughout to get there. Some emotion being shown there from certainly from Sarah Priels. Respectful fist bumps all around from the Estonians straight away. Clearly they'll be disappointed, but you called it. Momentum with the Belgians.
Yeah, I think, you know, they felt they probably had lost it at that point, trailing into the final couple of hours there, and yeah, they just came back and they were so relaxed and happy. That's the first time we really saw Sarah Priels smiling and, you know, jovial just before that shoot off, and I think she was just in a much more relaxed space to be able to go out there, especially with that 7 from the Estonians to start us off. That just really took the pressure off them.